this will be my closing remarks. It's been a wonderful 5 days with you all. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Um, One of the big challenges you obviously saw was we had to pivot the whole meeting from up at the Mesa Lab to down here at Centergreen. And I really want to thank the Centergreen folks for doing such a wonderful job and supporting us, and the media group. You've done a brilliant job. And Elizabeth Faircloth, who worked so hard to get all of you here and get your accommodation sorted out and organize everything. And then at the last minute to pivot the whole meeting. She did an incredible job. Elizabeth is back in Florida. She works remotely through the year, but she was here on Monday and Tuesday working tirelessly. Actually, she's been here since Thursday last week. And I just want to thank everybody who has supported us and helped us get us to where we are. I hope all of you have enjoyed this as much as we have in presenting it. This is sort of part of our passion of why we want to build the community, and NCAR is different in an institution like that we don't just sort of end at the institutional boundaries. We're really excited about building the community, helping the university community, all the research coming through, and helping you develop your careers and developing your research as you're going forward. So that's been really a very exciting component to see you all here and hear about the work you want to do. And yeah, you are the future. This is the future of the research that we're doing. And we as a society are really challenged with big climate questions. And it's obviously a lot of it's the social and the economic drivers that make the decisions on energy pathways and emission pathways and environmental choices that we make. So I'll just go quickly through some slides. One of the nice things I've seen, and unless anyone's experienced anything negative, and please come talk to me. We've followed this NCAR respectful dialogue, the way we interact, and I think that's been a really beautiful reflection of the way we've come together as a group of people from all over the world. So it's been really great. So thank you very much for following these guidelines. Of course, if you did have any interactions, please contact me or Elizabeth or Cam. So that we can address them. Oh, after we finish up here in a couple of minutes, we're going to do a group photo with Ryan. Ryan's at the back. He's going to be upstairs, and we're going to be out here in the atrium. We're going to try and get together as a group. That'll be just quickly done before we leave. Some things that'll happen after the tutorial ends. We're going to send you all out a survey. We want to find out guidelines for how you experienced, how we can improve the tutorial going forward. And also, remember, oh, sorry, I didn't change that slide. This is not the second time we organized this tutorial remotely. This is our first time doing it in person in 3 years. So we're really excited that you are all here, coming and meeting in person, developing those relationships, those things that are really fundamental for how do we develop going forward and doing our research. Reminder that the project code will actually be around until the end of the month. So you'll still be able to do the practical exercises after you leave here if you don't get things finished today. The reservation queue will actually expire at 5 p.m. So you just have to remember to change your queues over to the regular queue. So when you're doing this, so we don't have a dedicated, and one of the things is because there's 65 people here all trying to do the same thing at the same time, on Cheyenne, we have these dedicated queues while you're all working together. When you go away and you don't do these exercises later, you'll be doing it on your own. You won't have to compete against all the other 65 people on the tutorial. One of the things to do is now that you've done the tutorial, you can't actually come back and do the tutorial second time. I'm really sorry about that, but that's kind of a rule we have. You get one opportunity to come through the tutorial, and because there's so much demand for it, we really want to provide opportunities for other people. So it's been great having you here. One of the things you can do though, is you can get involved in the working groups. And so our working groups, as we sort of say, they meet twice a year. We have our big CSM workshop in June every year. That's typically, and it's in person, we'll be in this room here. We'll have 400 people in this room. So we have 65 people in here right now. You can imagine what this is like with 400 people here. It's packed to the rafters. And it's a wonderful opportunity. We have big poster sessions. It's typically 3 days of lectures and of presentations of all the material and the research that's been going on in the community. We also have the working groups in the winter sessions. So each of the working groups will have their own meetings. So there'll be a smaller meeting, typically about 50, 60 people. And they're people working either on the atmospheric model or land ice or whatever it is. They come together and have their individual meetings. You can also talk to our scientific liaisons for each of these working groups. So whenever you have issues with the model for a particular area, say if you have a land issue, it's Keith Olson is our liaison, but each of the working groups has a liaison for scientific issues and also for software issues. Okay. So, and I guess the other thing is like you can become an active member. So if you go to the website, you can find out more about our working groups, find the ones that are most relevant to your research, the ones that you'd like to get involved. I mean, you can apply and be part of all the working groups if you want to, but that gets very diluted in terms of your attention. You know, you should really sort of align with where the active elements of your research are. You can have a look at other upcoming events. So we have all our winter meetings coming up in Boulder in February 2023. And then we'll have our annual meeting again in June 2023. We're really hoping to have that in person sort of going forward. And you can come and you can present here as well. That's the other side of it. It's not just like you come to these meetings and it's very passive. We really want to have your research focused, and then you can get feedback on what you're doing. You can sign up to all our mailing lists. And the last thing is you can post questions on our forum. The forums are very active, so the members of the forum will answer each other's questions. So it won't necessarily be the working group chairs or the scientists at NCAR. Other members of the community can answer your questions. Okay, and finally, you can apply for allocations on the Cheyenne and Derecho, which will be coming online next year. So you can come through, and CESM will provide access for put in a proposal. You say, this is how much computing time I need, and that will be evaluated. So that happens if you've got an NSF grant or if you're a university member. Okay, finally, this is a little bit of logistics. So there should be 3 groups. After the break, we're going to put barriers up in here, so the walls come in here. There'll be 3 rooms, and so you can see on the agenda the first one will be looking at oceans, sea ice, and land ice. Then we have land and biogeochemistry here. Then we have atmosphere, chemistry, and WACM over in the third room. So you're just going whichever one of those 3 breakout groups you want to go to. That'll align with the practicals that you do this afternoon. Okay. Again, big thanks. I'm obviously like a member of this organizing committee. We've spent weeks, months going forward. Like we're doing all of the applications, going through assessing, bringing people here, organizing like all the talks. Elizabeth, Elizabeth is amazing. Like she has done such a fantastic job of supporting this meeting. We're so thankful to have that sort of level of support here at NCAR. Rory Kelly did an incredible job coordinating what was happening with your CESM accounts and getting all of the support for the supercomputer facilities. Ryan, fabulous job with web support, making sure everything worked in terms of your ability to access the talks, access like the practicals, and then all of our speakers. So we've had a lot of people here that have come through, all our NCAR researchers, and they're really excited to be able to present in person finally. You know, after 2 years, well, it must be even, it's almost 2.5 years of COVID. Everything shut down, some normality coming back, seeing people in person is just really wonderful. So we're really excited to be able to talk to you. And finally, the National Science Foundation, who provide us with the money and the support to do these tutorials and also to be like the research organization that we are. Okay. So we hope you've really enjoyed it. We'll hopefully see you at a CSM event very soon, like either like in the winter or summer next year. If you've got any questions, you can email myself or Elizabeth. I have 2 things to say. One, please keep all your travel receipts so Elizabeth can help you reimburse those. Those are important. And the other thing is we are still organizing a small group to go up to the Mesa Lab, which we'll do after the practical introductions. So we'll meet in I guess that's the west side of the building here in the atrium. We have three vehicles, so we've got enough places to take 12 people. I think we've got 10 people currently lined up, so that would be great. Just meet us here after the practical introductions, and thank you.